All right, we're back. Going to finish things up here in our little conference room here and go over our NFL power rankings. Hopefully, you guys are watching the game tonight. Philly versus New Orleans. I took Philly tonight, and Logan took
The Saints.
New Orleans. I believe it's 0-0 right now. 12-11 left in the first. But one thing we want to do quick here is go over our top 5 NFL teams, our top 5 power rankings. I'm going to start off with number 5 and put San Francisco 49ers at number 5. Great team, great balance, offense, defense, great coach Jim Harbaugh. I just think that Alex Smith is too inconsistent right now. He might get better, but he's not having the year he had last year.
Alex Smith is interesting. This guy is. I wonder how his psyche is. When you hear your team possibly going after another quarterback, doesn't that make you kind of a little hesitant to know, or do they buy into me? Am I stable here? And one thing I think Alex Smith has to realize, and I think he will and did, is that this is Peyton Manning. We're talking about Peyton Manning.
Right.
There's a handful of probably 4 teams, 5 teams, New England, Green Bay, New Orleans, Pittsburgh. I think that might be it.
Yeah.
That would not have brought in Peyton Manning.
Right.
Matt Schaub in Houston, great quarterback. Can't tell me they want to take Peyton Manning.
Right.
You look at Andy Dalton, the good young quarterback in Cincinnati. Peyton Manning, he's that good.
Yep.
I'm sure Pete Carroll loves having Russell Wilson on this team. He'd take Peyton Manning if he could. Same with the Dolphins with Ryan Tannehill.
Yep.
Look how good that turned out.
Yep.
Sometimes the mistakes are the best, but I still think that Alex Smith's psyche was a big thing, and I think he's getting over that and moving in, and that's why now they're 6-2. They're getting better. They're going to be coming up a bye, and I think they can close strong.
Well, he's surrounded by a lot of talent in San Francisco. You got Michael Crabtree coming out playing great. Randy Moss, always a deep threat, always adjusts a defensive coverage. Frank Gore can run the ball with the best of them. He's got some pretty good talent.
Vernon Davis, don't forget about him.
Vernon Davis, best tight end in the league.
My number 5, I got the Patriots. I think the Pats are back. 2 words, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So that's 4 words. But
right.
The point is, these 2 guys know how to play together. You want to talk about a system, about a team with a coach and a quarterback.
Yeah.
This is the best one you've ever seen, and you will ever see. And that's what I know for sure. The one thing I don't like about the Patriots, uncertainty of losses. Okay, lose at home against Arizona, go to Seattle, tough place to play and lose.
Yep.
Okay, but I'm not sold on them just because I'm not sold on the Cardinals and the Seahawks. The Cardinals are really struggling. The Seahawks are kind of turning it around, but I'm just not sold on them. So it's uncertainty of losses, and I don't see the defensive playmakers like say a team I have in front of them has. Right in front of them, I got number 4. I got the Broncos because you got Elvis Dumervil, Von Miller, playmakers in defense, Champ Bailey. Von Miller, 33 tackles and 9 sacks this year. He's 23 years old. This guy's going to be around forever. He's keeping the Broncos defense relevant. The Patriots actually acquired Aqib Talib out of Tampa Bay at the trade deadline. There's off-the-field issues there. The Patriots usually handle off-the-field issues with their players really well, better than anybody in the NFL. Look at Randy Moss.
Yep.
And this is a terrific example. But what I want to know is, can I see their defense make plays to put them up into the 2, 3, and number 1 team in the power rankings? Right now, I got them at 5.
Okay. Yep. I didn't have Denver in my top 5. They're right outside looking in. They're my number 16. Great team. I love the Denver Broncos. If I put them up against some of these teams, I don't think they win as of right now.
Yep.
I hope they do. But number 4, I had the Houston Texans. They started off great. Started off 7-0. Big loss. Why I have them at number 4 is the biggest loss. Brian Cushing at linebacker. Heart and soul of that defense. That defense is not the same without him in there. Yeah, they got a good defensive end in Wyatt, but Brian Cushing is the heart and soul of that linebacker.
We look at. I just look at Denver as my number 4. I think just because he's back, Peyton Manning. I mean, without Peyton Manning, they're nowhere close to this. I don't care what. I was on the Tebow train last year. I went on the ride. I made the playoffs. We were 8-8. Okay, we were 9-8, and then we lost. We ended the season 9-9. All right, that's not a team that's going to win the Super Bowl. This is a team that can compete with the best of them and possibly win a national or a world championship. So Peyton Manning talked about it: 2,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 picks, 69.5 completion percentage, and a 108.6 passer rating.
Yep.
That's huge. Von Miller talked about his stats. Willis McGahee. I want to talk about Willis McGahee. This guy is resurgence in Denver. He's absolutely, to me, this is his best 2 years of his career with the Broncos.
Yep.
I mean, he doesn't have the 13 touchdown year that he had in his rookie season in Buffalo. Okay, he doesn't have the 1,250 yard season he had in Buffalo, but he did have 1,200 yards last year. They did run the ball a lot. He got way more attempts than he had been getting in Baltimore. But to me, he's relevant in Denver. He is relevant. He is a fear. The guy runs the ball with authority, and that's why I like him there. And one more interesting stat I love about Denver, and you have to take this into consideration: 103 to 23. That's the score of the Broncos versus their opponents in the fourth quarter. And you know as well as I do, the fourth quarter is when you finish games.
Yep.
And you know what? If the Broncos are down by 10 points going into the fourth, it's not over. Because
No,
they're scoring
absolutely not.
75 more points a quarter in the quarter than their opponents. So absolutely, Denver is never out of it.
Yep. No, that's a good point. You had New England at number 5. I had them at number 3. Same reasons, Belichick and Brady. They're not probably as good as what they were in the past, but they still prepare hard. They still got a good team around them. I put the Chicago Bears at number 2. Their defense is outstanding. They got a great defensive behind them. Jay Cutler is average at best, but when you don't have to score that many points, it makes it a lot easier on Jay Cutler. So I had them at number 2.
I got Chicago at number 3 and Houston at number 2 for various reasons. One is I'm just not sold on the Bears. I can't buy into them because I saw that sloppy game against Green Bay when Green Bay just whooped them.
Yeah.
And I know they're 7-1. I know they are a great team. I got them at number 3. Cutler finally has weapons. That's huge. Matt Forte, Brandon Marshall. This guy has weapons. The defense is obviously what makes this team tick. Brian Urlacher leading that defense. They got 7 touchdowns on defense.
Yep.
They forced 28 turnovers, 17 interceptions. 17 interceptions. That's huge. That's 2 a game. So that's really awesome.
Well, you look at their defense and compared to when they won the Super Bowl in '85 and how good that defense was. How everybody said that's the greatest Bears defense ever. They've scored more defensive touchdowns now than they did with that '85 defense.
And that's the point, that the Bears defense is back. They're the monsters of the Midway. These guys are ready to play.
Yep.
But the offensive line makes me hesitant. Can they stop the pass rushers of the Giants, of the Packers, of the Niners? Can they get after it? Clay Matthews comes on a blitz. Can they pick him up and keep him from knocking out Cutler? Same Jason Pierre-Paul and Justin Tuck and Osi Umenyiora for the Giants. Can they stop these guys? I don't know. And can their defense, they've been making big plays. Can they make big plays against a powerful offense like Atlanta,
right,
who I see we both have as our number 1 team? And I'll get to that in a minute. But can they force turnovers against Matt Ryan? Well, Matt Ryan has all these weapons.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I like Houston at number 2 just because, I know they're going to miss Cushing, and they're going to miss one of their other pass rushers that they lost to free agency, and Mario Williams, who went to Buffalo. It's a big loss for them, but I think they got the best running game in the football with Arian Foster and Ben Tate. I think they're going to miss, like I said, miss Cushing and miss Mario Williams, but J.J. Watts at D tackle still gets after it, swats down a lot of balls, and then gets after the quarterback. I think they're still the best team in the AFC as of right now. Now, Denver, New England, these teams are on the rise. Okay?
Yep.
Baltimore, Houston, they're kind of sliding back. So maybe Denver and New England can pass these guys, and then we'll see. But definitely number 1. It's not because of their record. It's to me just because of the fact that they know how to win.
Yep.
And that's why I have Atlanta here. Explosive offense. I question their defense. I'm not worried about. A lot of people are worried about Matt Ryan's history in the playoffs. First year, lost to Arizona. Arizona went on to the Super Bowl. All right.
Yep.
Next year, blown out by the Packers. The Packers won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay. Last year, lost to the Giants. Won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
These are 3 teams they lost in the postseason that were Super Bowl champions, 2 of them, and NFC champions, 1 of them.
Yep.
Okay, that's big.
Yep.
Sometimes it takes big losses for growth and maturity, especially at the quarterback position.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. Like you said, just because, they are 8-0, but how they win games, big plays, just the chemistry on the offense. Matt Ryan coming into his own, I think, finally as an NFL quarterback, being that Peyton Manning type student of the game, preparing himself for the game. He's got a lot of weapons. Julio Jones, Rowdy White. Those are guys you can just throw the ball up to and know they're going to catch it, or you can throw it to a spot before they get there and you know they're going to be there.
Absolutely.
So I think that Atlanta is definitely the team that's going to come out of the NFC East, and I really hope that they make it. Not the NFC East, but just the NFC. Out of the NFC in general, and I hope they make a Super Bowl push. So, well, that wraps it up here for us, and we'd like to thank you for tuning in if you watched us, and we look forward to your tweets. Tweet us at Double D Sports Show. That's DDLD Sports Show on Twitter. We'll check it all week and come back next week with some good material, hopefully. And once again, I'm Eric DeCam alongside Logan DeRose.
It's been Double D Sports Show, and have a good week.